Hello, my name is DeAndre Jones. This is my week one sign for FTH202 revolvers. And today's date is February 19th, 2026. But the first question is, what were some deficiencies in past revolvers designs that led to improving the modern designs? One design flaw I would say was the quality material, as well as the manufacturing process. Another deficiency was the actual functioning of the revolver, because, well, even though it worked a lot better than single loaded, single shot firearms or muzzle loaders. It still wasn't as efficient. And then the safety portion, because a lot of all revolvers require the hammer to strike the firing pin for the casing to ignite. So this could create a problem if the hammer is pre-cocked before being drawn, or if it's cocked back accidentally, whatever may cause the hammer to be cocked and it could fall and hit that firing pin. But some solutions that solve these three issues were: one, for the quality parts. So originally a lot of parts were hand fitted, handcrafted, which could lead to not so much poor quality but poor fitted parts. But also the poor quality parts, because the quality of metal that was used was not as ideal. But around the same time that we see both these sort of change, we see new metal alloys or aluminum alloys being introduced, as well as high quality steel, which allow for higher pressure rounds to be used in these revolvers. Also, we see the production of them improve over time as well too. So we see from going from handcrafted, hand fitted parts to metal metal injected machine parts, where essentially hot metal is injected into the molds to get a better, precise casting and fit, which can allow for a better overall design and more accurate firearm. And now we see with today's modern computer technology, with CNC machining, which allows for parts to be manufactured very precisely and very accurately, even on some of the strongest and toughest metals. Now, with the safety portion of with the firearms functioning portion, we see a transition going from the single shot to single action to the actual double action, and as well as the single double action. I think that's probably one of the better designs, including others as well too, that led to the modern revolver we have today. But the ability to get that double action pull or single action, depending on the user's preference, can allow for a more rapid fire succession when needed. Now, for the last portion, which I think is probably another big one as well too, the safety portion, like I said, with that hammer falling and striking the firing pin. There were a couple of different ways this problem was met by different manufacturers. I think the transfer bow was one of the more neater or innovative ways, because it allows for when the trigger to be pulled for that transfer bar to actually interact with both the hammer as well as the firing pin. Well, I personally don't see any deficiencies in today's modern revolver designs. I'm also very new to revolvers. Most of my experience thus far has been with semi-automatic firearms, whether that is striker fire, hammer fire pistols, as well as more modern fire semi-auto rifles. So I don't have too much experience with revolvers yet to really can identify any areas that could ideally be improved. I think the revolver is at its peak for what its original design and what it can be. I'm pretty sure there are different repairs that can probably be made to older firearms to get them to function a little better, or new cosmetic features, or different grips, or accessories that can be added. But for the functionality, I think the revolver's at its peak. I don't, as I said in our week's discussion, I don't see the next big innovation in the firearm industry coming from revolvers or any modern firearm for that matter. I think it's going to be something entirely different. Just as every breakthrough has been, it's been an entirely different firearm or entirely different firing process that has paved the way for the new innovation.